Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive 717. I am back with another video. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well as always. So today I wanted to come on and just share a quick reading around the Justice card. I mean, I don't know if it'll pop up in the messages, but I've just been thinking about it all day today, and I guess I just felt like it was justice happening for the Divine Feminine Collective. I feel that many of the feminines are enjoying their autonomy, their independence, and it's driving your divine masculines insane. I feel like you guys are appearing as very different. Many of them are kind of feeling this energy of like you're way out of their league type of thing, but I feel like that's initiating a lot of change within them. Many of them are wanting to take action and really fight for it. And I feel like the scales are balancing because once upon a time, the Divine Feminines were really fighting for this connection. Many of you have gone through huge transformations, huge life lessons, karmic lessons, and a lot of the Divine Feminines have really been down and in the dark night of the soul, and you know, you've really had to push and pull within your own self as to whether or not you wanted to keep on trucking on this whole twin flame journey. But I know many of you time and time again have mentioned that, you know, it's like the moment you decide to pull away, a lot of the signs and synchronicities end up hitting you, and, you know, it does become bumpy during that part of the journey. But I feel like what I want to say, like with the channeled message that I was getting, is that when you get to that place on the journey where it feels, you know, really good to just be free and be yourself and not worry about whether or not this connection is going to make you or break you, that's where a lot of the magic comes in, and that's where a lot of the growth for the divine masculines happen. So if any of you are feeling that energy of just surrendering and doing something new, doing something different, I know many of you are being guided to do things like just date or flirt or mingle. You know, you have to keep in mind that your soul is guiding you as well, your higher self, and you're on an individual ascension path. You and your twin flame are one soul. So many times the lessons that you're experiencing, a lot of the actions that you're being guided to take that you know you should follow through with, go for it. Because anytime you feel guided to just do something different, but then there's this energy of like fear, feeling stuck, feeling like, oh no, I don't want my divine masculine to, like, you know, go away, or always remember you're one soul. So whatever it is you're doing, change and transformation is happening on their end as well. A lot of the times the signs and synchronicities start appearing as a way of just helping you to remember that everything that you've been through has not been in vain. Yes, it's really difficult when a romantic magnetized connection doesn't come together in union in the physical, but there's also different parts of this journey that is just as good and is just as juicy and amazing as experiencing physical moments with our twin flame. You know, a lot of divine feminines have opened up their own businesses. You guys have really like changed your course, you know, from where it is you might have been like, you know, 2-3 years ago. A lot of you are experiencing a lot of freedom, a lot of bliss. The universe is like shouting at you to just kick your feet up and enjoy yourself and trust in your divine masculine's journey as well. Okay, and that's why I kind of wanted to use the Black and Gold Tarot here, because I feel like I want your masculines to come through in this reading just to let you know, like, hey, while you're going through these changes of surrendering and letting go, like what are they going through in the process? Okay, we have these here wanting to fall out. So the Queen of Pentacles comes up. I feel like many of them are being asked to be very like patient on this journey with you, Divine Feminine. It's like instead of worrying about you guys moving on, they now need to enter this place of, you know, getting into their Queen of Pentacles energy, which is being very patient and strategic when it comes to earning finances and, you know, like standing on their own 2 feet, enjoying the autonomy and independence just like the Divine Feminine is. Because it's often very intimidating, Divine Feminines, to see you step into that role of supporting yourself wholeheartedly and not needing anything or anyone around you. Because for a long time, I get that many of the Divine Feminines, you guys were not in this position. Many of you had, like, you know, jobs where you were barely making anything. You probably had to work like 2 or 3 jobs at a time. And the jobs that you were working, you weren't respected all that much. there was this energy inside of you that said that something more was in store for you, but it took a lot of risk on your part. And I feel like many masculines are now stepping into this role as well. Like they're experiencing a lot of these changes here where they're being called to just, have faith in themselves here. Okay, because they can also step into their queen energy as well. And they're being called to just have more compassion, slow down. I feel like the divine feminine has commanded a lot of respect from the divine masculine, and it's really humbled him in ways that's helping him in the outside world, in his career, helping him in his family life to be more responsible and accountable for himself. Many of them are silent right now with this Hanged Man card here because they are starting to see this journey from a place of peace. Like it actually has some meaning here. It's putting a lot of them into this contemplation mode, thinking about the divine feminines heavily here, but not wanting to also take the same actions that they did before. I feel too with the Queen of Pentacles, like many of them are starting to see that their feminines have changed a lot. And they can't approach her in the same ways anymore. Many of you as well are not afraid to cut off communication with your divine masculine if you're just feeling unbalanced in any way. And what I'm getting with the Queen of Wands here is no apologies, no explanations. You guys are just kind of doing your thing, feeling really confident in your own skin, feeling really passionate here. The Black Cat symbolizes many of you are following your intuition on the journey as well. So you can sense when your divine masculine is not being honest or authentic. I'm getting to with the Queen of Wands that this time around, a lot of divine feminines, when they're interacting with their masculines, a lot of push and pull and ghosting is happening because many feminines are just you guys are being straightforward. And it's if you can't answer my question honestly, don't speak to me, don't come my way. You don't want to come my way because I'm going to initiate a lot of tower moments for you. And he's sensing this kind of seriousness about her, right? The Queen of Pentacles mixed in, with the Queen of Wands here. And I feel that's really putting him to think here. It's really giving him some perspective now on this journey. We have the Seven of Cups here coming up, and I feel that many of your masculines now are looking at you and gaining a lot of experience here when it comes to filling their cups. Okay, because the divine feminine has every cup filled with every area of her life, pleasantly organized and orchestrated in a way where, again, she just doesn't need anybody or anything. She is getting things in her life a lot easier as well. Manifesting a lot. What I'm getting to is even if something goes wrong in her life, it's she can find a solution. She's not stuck in any type of negativity, or she's not getting overwhelmed. And the thing too with energy, guys, is you guys might be doing really, really well, and then people might be sending this energetic frequency towards you, where it's you're just making them feel intimidated, or you might feel on odd days you're just exhausted, or you're a little bit more tired. Protect your energy and continue to be proud of all of the progress you've made on this journey, divine feminines, because it's teaching your divine masculines to embody this same type of energy. Right now, if your masculines are silent and you're in this Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands energy, divine feminine, it's because he's trying to catch up. It was the reading I shared yesterday where he's on horse and he's trying to catch up to her, and he's still having to work extra hard even though she's traveling by foot. It's he has the advantage there, he has the horse, but still it's just trying to catch up to her on a spiritual level is where I feel that he is struggling a little bit. But I think that with the Hanged Man here coming in, that struggle is teaching him to do things differently. This time around, many of your masculines, with this whole cycle of seeing you very differently, divine feminine, a lot of their old behaviors and patterns and thoughts and beliefs are going to be falling off the wagon. It's going to just be diminishing itself from their aura. And just you are appearing different to them, this period of silence or separation that you guys might be experiencing, or just little communication kind of scares here and there, when your masculine does resurface, it's going to be in that vibration that you're in right now, feminines. But this time it's all about you guys trusting this Queen of Wands energy. Okay, you don't need anybody for anything. You are fierce, you are hot, you are on fire. You guys can pretty much make anything happen for yourselves, and I feel like the emphasis on this hangman energy here is like you guys had to go through putting yourselves in isolation, you know, feeling lonely, feeling the dark nights, feeling the tower moments. But you didn't budge. It's like you just went into contemplation. You didn't freak out. You didn't blame anybody. You didn't project. You know, you didn't react in a way that would kind of dig your hole deeper. It's like you guys just kind of observed what was going on around you and decided to like take time out and take space. And, you know, it's really kind of catching your masculine off guard here a little bit. I feel like he's finally seeing the lessons at hand that you're trying to teach him. You know, it's like you see how all the cups are filled with like something different. I feel like the perspective that you're bringing to the masculine is to be able to like take accountability in every area of his life, speak up for himself. You know, if one cup, you know, spills over, he's got to learn how to be resourceful and refill it himself. I feel too that like the whole energy of the cards here is like this message might come for those of you who might be in connections with masculines who are still in karmic connections. And like it might have been okay once upon a time, divine feminines, maybe when you guys were first learning about the twin flame journey or learning what it means to have a masculine or have this beautiful bond and connection. But with this Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles here, you guys are like, okay, you know what, like, yes, you're my counterpart, and yes, I feel this bond towards you. But if you're going to come towards me in like a romantic sense, or you want to try to make some type of offer, like you better be single and available, just like I'm making myself. Like the divine feminine's acting with a lot of integrity, a lot of grace, and she's not afraid to speak up and to say it. So many masculines are feeling like blocked in a sense where they just can't have communication with you, period, unless they like come clean, you know. And it's just a big shift from how things were. And another message too I'm getting here is that the divine masculine no longer can rely on the feminine's presence and energy and then continue to go off and enjoy his karmic connections and situations, even though he knows that they're harmful or toxic. You know, it's like he's not able to use the divine feminine's energy to just go off and like use that fuel to be in a good mood and feel like someone has his back and someone loves him unconditionally and they're always going to be there. It's like now the divine feminine's like, you know what, I understand the epitome of that energy, but it doesn't mean I need to like put up with anything that I don't really want to, or do anything I don't really want to. You know, it's like this Queen of Wands here is now doing whatever she wants. Like if I like doing this, I'll do it. If I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. And I'm not going to be afraid to lose this connection to you either. You know, it's like she's like, I dare you to like walk off and ghost and do whatever you need to do. Because she's just comfortable. She's just comfortable with herself right now. So yeah, let's move over to the Romance Angel deck. And yeah, just see. Okay. So let your friends help you is coming up. So ask for and accept support from others. So I feel like this is a message for the divine masculines while they go through this period of being at the Hanged Man, just kind of wondering, like, what next? What do I do now? A lot of them too are just racking their brains over not being able to communicate with you in the same way, divine feminines, but it's showing them that it's like, you know what, like, she's helping you in this case, divine masculine. She is there, like, just because she's shutting herself off in certain ways or rethinking and reshaping a lot of the ways that she gives and maybe is taking into account how much she receives back and things like that. She's actually there to help you to realize that same pattern as well. And I feel like it's whipping the divine masculines into shape in terms of like standing up to their own karmic situations and seeing where they're giving and maybe over giving and not receiving back enough and things like that. And the divine feminine's like, I don't want to be a part of that. Like, you have that life lesson to learn. Like, please go and learn it. And I feel like when the energy is a bit more clear, a balance with that Justice card, then the divine feminine is willing to take things to the next level. But now it's like, I feel that many of you are just like, listen, like, if you have work that you need to do, like self-development, spiritual work, like, you got to go do it, you know, because I feel like the divine feminine's not really willing to, it's like you guys aren't willing to like sit around and like help your masculine initiate a lot of these life lessons and like experience the same crap over and over and over again. Because the missing part of like this whole formula is that the divine feminine needs to like, you know, remove herself from the equation in order to really like see action happen out of those initiated moments of like soul lessons, right? I hope you guys get what I mean. It's like soul lessons wanting to come up. The divine feminine is there initiating it, having this like, you know, bond with him in secret away from his like karmic life. But then she doesn't understand that she's that key part of the equation, that it's like when she removes herself and she's able to let the masculine sit with all of the, you know, other parts of this equation, he'll start rearranging things and removing things on his own in order to see how the feminine fits back into that whole dynamic there. Because, you know, I get that many of them can't do without you, divine feminine, and they need to be able to, you know, remove some other things from their lives if that's the case. You know, if they really want to be around your energy so much, I feel like feminines at this point are like, I don't really want to share you with anybody else. And that's how it really kind of comes together on this journey, if it's like a romantic connection that you guys are in, right? Many of you are seeing like the human aspect of it, where it's like, wait a second, twin flame or no twin flame, I'm not doing like no third party situation with you. And in the past, if I may have been in any third party situations, I've initiated the appropriate endings, and now you're putting the ball back into your divine masculine's court, divine feminines, and you guys are just walking off and doing your thing, and you're open to attracting whatever it is that comes into your life. You guys are letting go of control issues, right? I feel like a lot of the control issues came from like, oh my God, if I decide to like move forward, I'm going to lose this connection. Or, you know what, even though my heart and soul is telling me that like I need to remove myself from this 3 people dynamic here, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much we engage with each other, there's no shift or changes happening in his karmic situations, then maybe I need to do something different here and just move forward and let go of like trying to control being together so much. You know, it's like the universe is trying to tell a lot of you that divine timing is at work, and that your masculines will meet you and they will catch up with you wherever your vibration is. But, you know, it's like what you give is what you get. If you guys are entertaining him while he's still in karmic connections, and vice versa, divine masculines, if you are entertaining your feminine while she's still in karmic connections, it's like you both don't get that big realization that you need. You know, I feel like in turn, it's just kind of growing more and more into, you know, 3 people or 4 people or 5 people or whatever the case is, especially if, you know, there's those of you who have children and things like that. So, yeah, you guys are really definitely being guided to just kind of do something different in order to bring about change into your connection here, because a lot of triggering happening with the divine feminines now stepping into their power. Okay, I love you guys. I hope you found this reading well, and I hope I didn't blab on too much. All right, I love you guys. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.